Hey Flosstube, it's Jessie with Stitching with Jessie. How are you today? So I'm super excited to be back today. I have a few projects to show you, and I also did some quilting, so I was going to show you some of my blocks that I've made. Let's see what else, and talk a little bit about life and what we're watching on TV. So I will start off a little bit kind of life slash stitching. So we did not end up going to my parents' house this past weekend because my sister-in-law got sick again, and my one sister wasn't able to get together. Then my other sister accidentally double booked herself, so we really wouldn't have seen very many people, just my parents. And with the gas prices going up, my mom and dad were like, just if you guys want to stay home, we totally understand. We'll see you at Easter, because we go up every year for Easter. Easter is our holiday with my family. So that did mean I got to do some extra stitching on full coverage pieces instead of non-full coverage pieces. So it did mean I did not do much on the American sampler. I only did like a small leaf at work, and that was it. I'd kind of been relaxing on my lunch break, and so I didn't end up, or taking my time eating, so I didn't end up doing much stitching at work this week. But I am off the next 4 days. Tomorrow is a lack of work day for my job, and so I'm scheduled off and made my daughter a doctor's appointment and a hair appointment, but I couldn't make a hair appointment for both days, for both of us in one day, so they had an available appointment on Friday, and I just said, you know what the hey, 4-day weekend, lots of stitching time, some family time, all the good stuff. So let's get to the stitching. I did the stitching, where did my tablet go? L Designs. It is the Glistening Wings by L Designs, and give me 1 second to figure out where I put my tablet down. There it is. Sorry about that. Let me bring that up so you guys can see what it looks like. It is the HAED 2026 SAL, and like I said, I am just going to focus on the 6 pages because I would like to be able to enjoy other things besides working on this one. This is AI designed, but it is very beautiful, and at the time I did not realize it was AI, or that AI was really going to be a big thing, but sometimes I just like stitching what I like. Oh, you know what, let me pull this shade down. There we go. It's actually sunny out now with the time change, so I'll show you where I'm at. I did 972 stitches, so I am at 18.77%, and I did have 16,334. Oh, let me just slide that over a little further. There we go. There we go. I worked a lot in these browns, and I finally got down to the green. I'm like, all right, I need to jump over and get some of this green because I am so tired of all this brown right in here. So I'm like, I'm going to jump over and get some of this green done because I need some color. So I'm working on the page underneath, which I believe is page 6. So I have page 1 done, and I'm working on page 6. So my goal is the first top 3 and then the next row of the 3. So that's my goal. So this one is at 18.77%. So the next one I worked on was Cat on a Branch with Wings by Bryna T, charted by Stitches So Beautiful. That is this one here. This is still very confetti heavy at the moment, which is very challenging. So it is going very slow. So this one's, I think I'm just going to stick with Monday through Friday, 100 a night, and then I can be able to jump onto something else. This one The artist is Bryna T, and this is on 28 count lugana, 2/1 half cross. I did 420 stitches, and that's 2,803 out of 104,800, and I'm at 2.67%. Oh, I never showed you the chart. So let me show you the chart real quick so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about with this confetti heavy part, which is fine because that gives it the detail. But as you can see, I'm in this upper corner here, which is very confetti heavy. So it will alleviate once I get to more of the blues in the background and the cat, which is not confetti heavy. But the top corners are very confetti heavy. That's all good. I love it. There's a few mistakes, but hey, we all make mistakes. When we're stitching, we just kind of fudge it and move along, right? It still gets the same look in the end. So that's cat on a branch with hearts. And then the next one I did was window with a view. This is charted by HAED, and it is a Dominic Davidson chart. This one's a big one. 1 second, and I will get to the chart for it. Here we go. This one's very big. So this one is 25 count 1/1 full cross. I did 505 stitches. So I have 13,491 out of 251,875. Excuse me, I dropped it. And I am just sticking with the first page. So when I first started this, I never tackled a big one. I've done small projects. I've never done a full coverage, large project. But after now having watched quite a few floss tubes, especially when trying to start my own, I watched a lot beforehand, and now I have gained some more knowledge on how to work on bigger ones. I don't have enough space in my house to do a big, long one to put up, like where you guys put it on the scrolls. So what I do is put it in the nerd hoop and hold it in my hand. And I just decided, instead of going across, because I was going across 10 by 10, just full chunk, and then let's see if I can get this in there all the way. So now I've just decided to use Stitching Mommy's method, and I know she goes across the whole entire project, but I am just going to focus on page 1, the first page, and I am going to do her method with the color completion. So basically it's the 10 by 10 row. So whatever one, like say it's a purple, that's the highest one, I'm going to take that and work my way down until I use up that thread color. And then I'm going to pick the highest one again and work my way down again. And I'm just going to do page by page going across, and then I'll start the next page, the bottom, next row down. So that's kind of my game plan with this one. So, but I love it. A lot of purples and cream right now, or whites. Purple, cream, light purple, dark purple, white. Okay, so the next one I worked on was Queen of the Moonlight Lake. The artist is Mystic Vision Galley, and I'm doing this on 28 count 1/1 full cross. I did 300 stitches, so I am now at 3,909 out of 160,000, and I'm at 2.44%. I am doing the 10 by 10 stair method, or I think that's what they call it, what she calls it. This is what not Stitching Mommy, I cannot remember who it is right now, does it this way. So I love it. Definitely dark, but doing this method on this one is so much easier, and I'm able to get a full block completed, and I feel like I'm making progress. So nice. Closer. It is a lot of dark colors still right now, but eventually they will get to further down. And again, I forgot to show you guys what it looks like. Let me pull that up real quick so you can see it. So sorry guys. Feeling a little discombobulated at the moment, not certain why. Let me just find that one. Here it is. So as you can see, a lot of dark colors currently working over here, which means I'm where these trees are. Eventually I will get down to where the water is, and then to the woman and the moon. So it's just kind of working my way across to get there. So that's that one. This time I'll pull, this one is Foxy Christmas. This is the Mystery Sal. I worked on page 2. I am doing 25 count, 1/1 full cross. And here is my work on page 2. Let's see. I did 330 stitches. So I have done 2,491 out of 3,500. There's 3,500 per page. So I am at a 71.17% on this one. I just love how the coloring makes that bright light pop, and how you're able to get that with the colors that you can use. It's so pretty. It literally looks like a bulb, just nice and bright. So I'm super excited to move forward with this one at some point when it gets spun again, which I'll talk about in plans. And then the next one is my husband's. This is the train. It is by TomStitch on Etsy. Let me find that one. So many stitches in here. Sometimes it's hard to find the one I need. And here we go. I'm currently working up here in this corner where that, I want to say a tree is coming in above the train station. So that's that one. And so I'm kind of going back and forth between where this tree is and then adding some more of this. It's like a light blue, very, very light blue. So I'm adding that slowly in here to work on the sky, plus working on this tree over here, which will eventually get me down to the train station, but that'll be a while. I did 193 stitches on this one. So I've done 1,808 out of 91,350, and I'm at 1.98%. So that is that one. Now, let's see. Plans. I think I'm going to change things up again. And I know this is still new to me. I'm trying to figure out what's going to work so that I can still show you guys things, but also feel as though I'm getting progress. Especially times when I go to my parents' house, so I don't have as much stitching time, and I still want to be able to show you guys things. So I think I am going to spin my wheel, and every time I spin my wheel, I am just going to stitch 300 to 500 stitches, depending on, you know, like Cat on a Branch with hearts. I might do 300 right now because it's so confetti heavy that I'd be stuck doing it for a while. It's kind of based on how I'm feeling at the moment. If I feel like I can keep going and get another 200 in there, then I'm going to do another 200 and get the whole 500. But if I feel as though I'm stuck for a while on something, then I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to move on to the next one. I'll spin my wheel and see what's next. I am not going to do, so the Cat on a Branch, I am going to do 100 stitches on Monday through Friday, giving me my 500 stitches before Saturday when I need to post for the Stitches So Beautiful Sal. And then I will put that aside at that night and work on whatever happened to be spun. and work on that until it has gotten its amount of stitches it's supposed to be getting. So that is my game plan at this point with stitching. Now, I did do some quilting, as I said, and I am working on, I'll show you guys what I am working on. It is this quilt right here. It is Lucky Charms. It was a quilt kit by, oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember where my mom got it from. Oh, Shabby Fabrics. And my mom bought 2 of them, so that way I could make one for myself and one for her. She gave me mine as a part thank you, part happy birthday last year, because my birthday is in March. And I made hers and got her quilt top to her, and she had it quilted and did her binding. So hers is complete, but now I need to make mine. And so my goal is to hopefully have this quilted, to the top done, and hang that in my kitchen. And then next year, take my time at quilting it. So I have some of the blocks done. So we have these types of blocks here. And then you have the 4 patches. There's 3 different colorways for the 4 patches. I think, yep, there we go. Yep, 3 different colorways for the 4 patches. And then you sew those all together to make a block, which I can kind of give you an idea of. I was working on it slowly the other day, but I haven't quite gotten very far with putting them together as the blocks. But here's kind of an idea of what it will look like completed. Oh wait, you know what? I'll just show you on the, there you go. This is what that block will look like completed. Then the next one is the shamrocks, the ones that look like 4-leaf clovers, and you make blocks like these, and you sew them together to make them look like this block right there. And then that's when you sew it together and make one big quilt. Well, it's not a quilt, it's a wall hanging. So I'm excited to work on that. I'm going to try and work on that this weekend to try and get it completed, but we shall see. TV, we have been watching The Grimm right now, pardon me, on Peacock. My daughter loves it. We finished up something else, I'm trying to remember what that was. And I was looking on Peacock for myself and my husband the other day, and I saw this and it gave the little snippet, and I was like, I think this is one my daughter will like. So she's really enjoying that. Thankfully, I think there's quite a few seasons, so it should last us a little bit longer than the last show, so that's good. I love watching Flosstube. Let's see, I watch lots of people. I'll write them down next week and I'll let you guys know what I watch, so you guys can also watch them if you would like. Thank you for watching. I am up to 210 subscribers, so if you are not subscribed, if you could please like and subscribe this video, and if you've gotten to a point where you can hype it, I would greatly appreciate it, because I would love other people to see this. Yeah, I would love to do that. So enjoy your week, guys. I will see you next Wednesday. Happy stitching. Bye.